Is your life everything you want it to be? Are you fulfilling your dreams and accomplishing your goals? If you did not answer yes to these questions, our next guest can help you out and offer some solutions. Welcome author and acclaimed life coach, Tim Storey. Tim, welcome to our show.
It's good to be here.
That's a really hard question to answer.
It is,
I think if you can answer that honestly and truthfully, you're probably taking the first step already.
Right.
Right?
I agree. And I think most people are not really that happy with where they are.
Yeah.
They feel like I should have done this by 30 or by 40, by 50, and that's why we're having this conversation.
And it's just this
Timeline.
rat race of life that
Yes.
just gets away from you, right?
Yeah. So you've got this book. It's called Utmost Living.
Yes.
Okay, and it's essentially it's about living what you call an utmost life. What does that mean? You say there's 3 levels of living.
Okay, my 3 levels are almost, most, and utmost.
Okay.
Almost means not quite. It's like when
Right.
I was a little kid growing up in Compton, we almost had enough money. You chase down the ice cream truck, you look in your Levi's, you almost have enough money. So almost, you know, it's not quite.
Yeah.
I almost lost the weight. Rogaine almost worked on my
All right, now what
almost.
about most?
Okay, so most is the ceiling. See, but I think that the ceiling is good, but I think there's an utmost life. I think there's that life where you just go beyond.
Break through the
Okay.
ceiling.
Yes, and I like the new generation. Like you look at a Pharrell Williams or other people, they're just going for it.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not just
Absolutely.
music. They're doing a lot of different things.
Everything.
Yeah.
You ladies are utmost ladies.
Oh yeah, we like that.
Tell
So
me
Tim,
more.
I just have a question. When you're working with different people, where
Yeah.
do you find most people falling? Is it almost? Is it most? Is it utmost?
I think
Where are they-
definitely almost. And
Almost.
part of that is that because they start off with their mojo, with their momentum, and they start off doing well.
Yeah.
And then they have a setback. And when most people have a setback, they sit in it and they settle in it. Whether it be a divorce or a breakup. So now they're like stuck.
Yeah.
So now we have to say, man, you need to remember what you want to do when you were a child.
And that's part of your steps. I mean, you have these steps people can take. And the very first one is determine what you want. You say to know what success looks like, set specific goals, write down a mission statement. I love that one.
Yep.
And believe in yourself. Which of these would you say is the most important?
I think the believing in yourself is so important. Like, even as you ladies, it's easy to believe in someone else,
Yeah.
but we know our own stuff. But people need to really go back and believe in themselves. You know, I work with entertainers.
Yeah.
Right.
So if an entertainer gets in trouble, I'll take them back to some of their old movies. Even with Robert Downey Jr., I said, let's go back to some of your older movies. Let's watch and rewatch
Yep.
to remember what made you that person.
And
Well,
these
and
are
we
some
were
of the
just
people
right.
you've worked with. Deion Sanders, we've got, you know, Quincy Jones. We've got some
Jones,
big
yeah.
people here, and they have issues just like the rest of us, right?
And we were just talking about Peyton Manning earlier, wanting a lower salary, and you know, I was saying maybe it's because of
He
this
doesn't
thing.
think he deserves more.
Yeah, I'm almost, and
Right.
what if I can't achieve higher than some of these other quarterbacks?
Exactly. So that you have to believe in yourself, and a lot of that is getting a revelation of who you really are. Okay?
Okay.
So I like this statement. You've been born an original, don't die a copy. So what you guys are doing here on this set is you're doing you. You're not trying to be anybody else.
Yeah. Right.
So you got to be yourself. So utmost is being the best you. You know, I'm not trying to be Oprah Winfrey. You know, so be you, do you, and it works out a lot better.
That is so critical.
Tim, how do you get people to that place? Because oftentimes I work with clients who are terrified or they're very fearful for moving and being able to move forward. So
Yeah.
how do we become that?
It's the old step by step or the inch by inch, anything's a cinch, where you have to start building people's faith and their mojo and their momentum by little successes. So I got this lady one time, and she was 370 pounds. And she says, Tim, I just can't lose the weight.
Yeah.
I said, let's just walk 3 houses and go back home. And then next day, let's walk 6 houses. So I worked with her for 2 weeks. Next thing she was doing is 24 houses around the neighborhood, and she lost 180 pounds by
Wow.
walking 1 house at a time.
It's
So
like that
one house at a
snowball
time.
effect.
Small
you set the
changes.
smaller goals, you're like, I can do it. Okay, I can do the next one. I can do the next one. I like that. Does that
Right.
apply for any type of goal, really?
No doubt about it. And I think that that's where people get stuck, is that they see this huge life. Like,
Yes.
okay, I'm 20. What am I going to do by 28? No. Let's live in the moment.
Okay.
Let's stop being human doings and become a human being.
Ooh,
I
I like
like it.
To
that.
be a human being is fully present, fully feeling, fully alive.
Uh-huh.
Like right now, I'm nowhere else but on the set with you.
Yeah.
I'm in the moment.
So somebody watching right now at home, what's the one thing they can do today to
Yes.
get started on this path?
Today is to make a better choice.
Okay.
Because the better choice makes the better life.
Okay.
So it's the better choice. It's even what I eat today, what I listen to today, okay? Who I'm helping today, am I going towards my goals today? So today's decisions are tomorrow's realities.
Awesome. You guys, you
love
got
it.
the tools now, okay? Don't miss it. Tim's book is available now online in bookstores nationwide. It's called Utmost Living. We highly recommend you pick that one up. Tim, we're going to have you play a game of yes, no with
Wanna
us. What do
do
you
it.
think? All right.
Let's do it.
So maybe you haven't noticed, but you know the emoji, the little emoticons on your iPhone, they're overwhelmingly Caucasian. And now an online petition, here's some photos, is asking Apple to change that. If you look closely, you'll notice only a handful appear to be something other than white. And a petition on Do Something is asking Apple to add more diversity to its emoji lineup by adding at least 4 faces with melanin. They say a man, a woman, a boy, and a girl. Apple says it's gonna work on that. The last emoji update they had was a few years ago when they added gay and lesbian couples, but a lot of people are like, are we really talking about this? Do people really notice that? So I want to know, is this petition ridiculous? Do you think this petition is ridiculous?
I don't think it's ridiculous, but I will admit it's not something I ever thought about.
Me neither until today.
Yeah,
They're
right.
telling me to pick a side, so no, it's not ridiculous, I guess. I mean, what do you think?
It needs to happen. I mean, it needs to be a little more urban.
Yeah.
Even as a person who's a little bit chocolate like myself, I want to send out that, urban little
Well,
thing.
you have said before, it's the little things that we may
small
not
things.
notice that add up. Like we talked about stock photos of women in the business place that
Yeah.
are always like stomping on men and
Yeah.
how that affects our perception because you see that online all the time. So I guess I could see. where this
I
is.
love diversity and inclusion. And the reality is we're all different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not see it in our emoji signs? Why not?
All right, in this new society of social media obsession, it seems only natural to use social media at your wedding, right? I guess.
maybe.
Well, check this out. The W Hotel in New York City is offering a $3,000 social media wedding concierge. So this person will help the couple with all kinds of social media tasks, like coming up with their own custom wedding hashtag, live tweeting the big event, posting pictures on Instagram and videos on Vine, even curating a registry on your Pinterest board. And the package also includes a social media recap. It's a book with a collage of all the best tweets. So you can always remember exactly what your friends are doing on their phones during your special day. So what about this? Is the social media wedding concierge ridiculous?
No,
course
I
not.
love it.
I don't
I
love
know.
it, but it's
Oh, yeah.
it's a good business plan.
Mostly on that day because you have so much on your mind.
Right.
Why not get some help?
Right.
Now,
there you
amazing to
go.
me though that social media, you really want people tweeting about
Well,
your wedding.
yeah,
before-
part of me is like, do we really need the updates in the moment? I mean, you can post pictures after the wedding,
Yeah.
but you're not going to get all of what you just mentioned.
But we live in the age of technology, so I think it works.
Yeah.
and you think it's good.
Yeah, I think Kim and Kanye will probably do it.
Probably, and it was a very smart
There
business
you go.
idea. If somebody could pay me $3,000, I'll go to your wedding.
I
and
know,
tweet
right?
Everything you want.
Right,
Okay.
there you
go. She's for
Thank you
hire.
again for joining us. We really appreciate it. Make sure you guys pick up the book, and we will be right back. You're watching Emotional Mojo. The book is Utmost Living by Tim Story. We'll be right back.